Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. Come on in, sit down, relax, have yourself a Propel water mixed with Dasani, because that's what I'm doing tonight. My name is Mark. I'm one of your hosts of the Gamersledge Podcast. Joining us this week, all the way starting from my left to the right, first and foremost, the man, the myth, the legend, it's Matt.
Howdy.
And next to him, all the way from refurbished basement, it's Dave.
Hey.
And then next to him, last but not least, from the Great White North, it's Kate.
So you're drinking water mixed with water?
I am actually drinking Propel mixed with water.
Yeah,
so
it's
water mixed with water.
Yeah.
No, it's the
Yes.
water seasoning mixed with water.
Be,
It is the barbecue of water.
be a man and get a bourbon.
Barbecue dry rub. Actually, my wife is all about. Did you see that Jack Daniel's now has a K-cup coffee that has bourbon pre-mixed in it, and so she totally wants to buy these.
I saw that, and I'm really that's like, is it alcoholic?
It is alcoholic. It has alcohol in it.
What are they?
Dehydrated bourbon?
Yeah,
My
like,
guess is dehydrated bourbon. That's exactly correct. I
How
don't
does
know
that
how
work?
that works.
Disgusting.
Magnets. I don't know. Bourbon powder. Yes, it is bourbon powder. I'm going with bourbon powder. That's what I'm going to choose to believe.
It's actually just chalk that's been soaked in bourbon so that it picked up some.
That's gross, but I'll still try it. That's sad. It's been a few weeks since I have been on the podcast. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all again. Sorry, some life stuff creeped up there, and we had some visitors and stuff in town, and we shot a couple episodes of Well-Rounded Gamer, one of which will go up tonight, which involves Japanese fried chicken, so that should be good. And we should start, as we have since time begat itself, by going around the room talking about what we've been playing and watching. So let's start with the man who is definitely not going to be shot and killed on the away team. Let's start with Matt.
I see what you did there. That's pretty repeating for me. Played Doom and Horizon Zero Dawn. Slowly working through Doom, making sure I finish all the challenges and everything, because basically I'll only play through it once. So got to do everything on the first go through. And then some more Horizon. Largely distracted by everything but the story missions. So, progressing through that like I would any other open world-ish game. Finished off the Defenders. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to talk about that later, or who all is where, but
I still got 2 episodes left.
Okay, so I know Dave's finished.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm not
yeah,
finished.
sure, we'll talk about it.
I haven't even finished watching Daredevil, and I haven't started watching the other shows before the Defenders. So I'm really not finished.
She's more behind on this than I am on Game of Thrones. So
You can skip Iron Fist.
No, you can't skip Iron Fist.
Well, I know
I'm
you can't skip
expecting it-
Daredevil season 2, and you did that. So let's not say what you can and can't do.
I only skipped because my wife was like, "No, I don't want to do it." So
Don't you dare!
funny start.
Don't
No.
Don't you
She's
dare
here.
blame her. That is
she's
so
here
not
and
cool.
she knows it's true. But
That
here's
is
the
so
thing.
not cool to do.
This is the interesting part. So we watched that recap video, and she was like really asleep and tired, and she didn't pay attention to it. So she's like, before we started the Defenders, she's like, I want to watch the recap video again because I'm not sure I caught everything. So we went back and we watched a longer recap video, and she's all like, man, I should really watch this season. And I'm like, God damn it, woman. You're killing me. So yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And then she turns to me and says, hey, I'll just watch it while you're at work.
Stone cold.
Very stone cold.
Did you turn to her and literally say, "You're killing me, Smalls"?
No, 316 says I just whooped your ass.
Tearing me apart, Lexi.
So yeah, I just FYI, I thought you'd enjoy that update on that specific footnote.
I really do, actually.
I have
I
a
know.
feeling that Iron Fist isn't as bad as everyone says it is.
It's not.
It's not. It's the
get-
main character. He's super whiny throughout the entire thing. Lexi still doesn't like him or the actor that plays him, but at the same time, I think he's right for it. And the rest of the story is really good. So I thought it was.
It's not that it's bad. Like, it didn't like offend me bad or anything like that. It's just compared to the other ones, like, I didn't care. And that's sad because, like, the other ones I really enjoyed. You know, like 90% of them.
But I do have to say that in Defenders, with no spoilers here, they are teasing who he will become out of him. You know, they are teasing his relationship with Luke Cage and kind of like the more grounded version of him, I think, as the series goes on. So I'm hoping we get that because he's still kind of whiny a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say is that first battle scene that they have together is pretty epic.
Yeah, they did some good stuff in Defenders.
The much better battle choreography than there was in Iron Fist, which is kind of sad considering that was basically a kung fu movie.
I know. That was the thing that upset me the most about Iron Fist, is that overall, like, it just did not have... Compared to the other shows, I mean, they clearly blew the budget for stunt work and fight choreography on Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, they just were not playing around with that show. And you think they would have, like, that would have been where the budget went for Iron Fist, because that's kind of his whole thing.
I actually think they spent all their money on the licensing for all the hip-hop songs so that every single time Luke Cage walks on screen, they can play a different hip-hop song. Because, you know, apparently that's mandatory.
So one of the things I actually really am enjoying is each show has a cinematography effect or feel, where Daredevil uses a lot of reds, Luke Cage's uses a lot of golds, Jessica Jones uses a lot of blues in their palettes, and as they are weaving the beginning parts of the story together before they all become the Defenders or a unit, you see as they cut from each shot, it's buried in every single shot. So it creates this kind of tapestry of color that you associate with each character. It's very subtle, but I actually really enjoyed it.
And then they just 100% pointed in your face in the intro.
Right. Yeah. Well, right. Yeah, they do that in the intro, but then they like keep weaving it throughout. So I thought that was kind of nice from a consistency kind of thing.
I should make it a mission to catch up on this stuff because I kind of think I might watch Punisher day one.
Yeah.
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 Because like I loved every scene that the Punisher is in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no money blown on battle choreography there because he's just gonna go in and blow some guys up.
I don't know. I think they'll do some fight scenes with him. I mean, he's good in CQC, so I'm sure they'll have some.
You know what I caught a little a few minutes of on cable the other night? The Punisher Warzone movie.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
That's
it was
the Thomas Jane.
Direct-to-video one.
No,
isn't it?
I don't think it is. It's not even Thomas Jane.
No, it's not.
It's somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This thing is a complete and utter pile.
And
Like,
you're not talking about the Dolph Lundgren one.
No.
Okay. So this is newer than the Thomas Jane Punisher one then.
Yeah, apparently that's the most recent.
Oh, well,
apparently they did something after. I did not know either.
Yeah, I think it was like literally direct-to-video or something like that.
It has to be. It has that feel to it so bad. Like there's no way this got a theatrical release. And it just from the little I saw was just super awful.
I'm Punisher Man.
But yeah, like they actually had like him hanging from a chandelier and like spinning with guns.
Not seeing a problem here.
Yeah, it actually was not in a cool way at all. Like remember when they kind of did that in Boondock Saints?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, remember how cool that scene was?
Yes, that was an awesome scene.
Yeah. This wasn't that.
Oh. How
It was
how do
very,
you
very good imitation.
see? I'm sorry. Anytime you start the sentence, "A guy hanging from a chandelier shooting guns," that should be an automatic win. That should be like a automatic gimme for the movie.
You totally think it would be. But yeah, it did not work.
That's
I mean, and we're talking about like I love the movie The Big Hit. Did you ever see that?
I did not.
Rectify, dude.
Well, I don't know actually who's in it.
It's
I'm
Mark
not
Wahlberg.
recognizing- Oh,
It's Mark Wahlberg. Who's the guy that played in La Bamba?
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Lou Diamond Phillips. It was actually, and it's not. It's like a newer movie. It's probably now it might be like 10 years old or something. Who knows? It's got Vivica A. Fox in it. Christina Applegate.
this sounds really familiar. I think I have seen it.
It's hilarious. It's a hilarious movie. It's Mark Wahlberg plays a hitman.
1998.
2000s?
You weren't off too far off with the 10 years. 1998.
It's 1998. Damn, that was so close.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
But it's
Except
like
you missed it by 10. That would be 20 years old, dude.
well, what 98?
Yes,
Yeah,
1998.
That was
Would be 20 years
ago,
old.
man.
Yeah. You're old.
Wow.
It has a 6.1 on IMDb and a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not a critical.
Oh
but
no,
it's-
because Lou Diamond Phillips drops the score by at least 40 points.
No,
You know,
he actually does not. That's the thing. He actually.
No. I'm just saying in general. In general, he drops it.
I actually could not
Wahlberg
believe.
drops the score.
No.
No.
It works. It works. This is one of those movies that Mark Wahlberg's awesome in. Mark Wahlberg actually
What?
should do more
No.
comedies. I'm serious. It was so funny. You have to see it. It's great. He's a
What?
hitman who has all kinds of anxiety of people not liking him, and it just spirals out from there.
Hey, I definitely have seen this. Yes, okay, I have seen it. Now that you've said the premise, yes. He's the highest paid actor this year.
No, he's not. The Rock is.
Yeah, he is. No, he
No.
is higher than The Rock.
He's higher than The Rock. He made more this year.
When?
Transformer dollars.
That just came out.
Oh, it just came out?
Yeah.
Oh, because I literally just read one a week ago that said The Rock was the highest paid actor.
Yeah. He
Oh,
was.
wait. He was no. He's the highest paid actor. Like, per movie. That's probably what it is.
Oh yeah, no, but Mark Wahlberg is like the highest. Paid.
Highest earner for...
Correct.
Gross.
Correct for gross totals.
Okay, so he probably earned the most this year, where The Rock was probably the highest paid single movie,
Yeah.
like his salary, basically.
Okay, now that we've completely derailed, let me finish my list so we can get. See, when I run this show, this goes so
show,
much
everybody.
smoother. Come on, you gotta admit that. Let's see.
Sure, you
So
can keep us in line.
finished up.
I will admit that when Mark wasn't around, you definitely kept things on point.
All right, Dave, shut up and let him finish.
So I've been keeping up on my other shows that aren't Game of Thrones. Killjoys, Dark Matter. Got up some more Supergirl. Got to the crossover point, so now we're into Arrow. Watched Kong Skull Island over the weekend because that was the 99-cent movie.
How was
on
that?
PlayStation Plus. It was actually surprisingly good, and actually if they ever decide to grow up what's his face and do an Uncharted movie with an adult, I think Loki would make a great Nathan Drake if he can do a decent American accent.
He can.
Oh my god, he can.
Well, I've not seen him do one. I'm just saying.
You've never seen him imitate
Al Pacino.
Chris Evans?
Oh, that too.
He sounds just like Chris Evans.
Does he?
He does.
Okay.
He sounds just like him. It's creepy.
It's hilarious. He does like this impression where he's just like,
All right, Dave, stop derailing him and let him finish his list.
But basically, he is dressed as Nathan Drake in this movie. He's wearing like jeans with a blue T-shirt on with the shoulder holster harness on. He looks just like Nathan Drake, and he basically does. He's the role of Nathan Drake in Kong Skull Island, basically. So, except he's a former British SAS agent. So, whatever.
That's because he's sassy. Sorry.
It was
I'm
it
glad you
was
did it
surprisingly good though. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was better than I was anticipating. And then I started cutting into the comics backlog. I didn't make a lot of progress, but I did start. So, and Secret Empire still sucks.
Then why are you reading it?
Because that's what you do.
That's what you do when you're Matt, and you're the highest per week buyer of comics at your store.
He feels a responsibility that if he stops buying, they just go out of business. Because it's not like comic book stores are like, all over the place at this point.
But also, to be fair, when you are a lover of comics and you commit to it, you read through the horrible stories so that you can get to the good ones.
True.
No, when I got comics every week, if it was bad, I stopped reading it.
It's got to be bad for quite a while before I'll quit. And there are some titles I'll just never quit because, I'm a masochist that way. That's that collection thing. I don't want to miss a number. You got to keep the number going.
It's totally OCD.
So, yeah.
All right. So, Dave.
Yo.
You look like a giant on your screen with tiny blue headsets. It's very, very endearing, actually. What did you play and or watch this week?
Sorry, Ian just tagged me in a thing saying that there's going to be a Joker and Harley Quinn movie in development, and it's going to be in the DC universe of stuff.
Is it, what's his face?
It's Jared Leto is apparently going to be...
Oh, that's completely different than the stuff that leaked yesterday, which said there was going to be a Joker movie that wasn't Jared Leto and was not going to be in the DCEU.
This is all.
Yeah, this is right up there with there's going to be a Jabba the Hutt movie. Yeah, I pray that's not true.
I guarantee it is true. Matt, did you
Dave, are you playing Jabba the Hutt?
No. Yeah, I wish. Not, I mean, just because it would be money. But I could probably pull it off, like with very little makeup right now.
It wasn't a bad jab. It was.
No, all right, Matt, stop derailing Dave from his freaking list.
Did you see that Clone Wars one-shot movie they did?
Dave, what did you play?
Jazz Club Jabba.
Yes, actually, I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. I'm imagining that's what that movie's going to be. It was awful.
Voiced by Jerome
I'm sure it
from
being that joke, like the boobs like Jabba video.
Boobs like Jabba. Nice.
Okay, Dave. Sorry.
Let's see. I probably played Streets of Rage 2 again by accident. It's just a habit. It's just like, oh, there's my 3DS, and you turn on, and that's where the home screen is all the time. And I'm like, oh, I'll just play this real quick. Sonic Mania, playing that on the Switch. I did actually get to fire up my PS4. My PS4 is hooked back up again.
Ooh.
Very excited about that. My TV, I'm staring right at it. It's dark, and I really just want to be playing it.
Yeah,
but
now you can not play things on the big screen. Yay!
Yeah. Actually, no. We are actually in a very ideal setup to be playing stuff. So this is going to be nice. I like this.
And what's the first game you're actually going to play?
Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure I have a Streets of Rage 2 downloaded on my PS4. If I don't, I know it's on the PS3.
Yeah.
I have
your sound bar working though. That's the important part.
I didn't get to fire that up yet tonight, so that's going to be my project tomorrow, is to get that checked out and see if that works. So otherwise, we'll just go through a TV for a little bit and just suffer. So Horizon or Zero. What's the game called again?
Horizon
Zero Dawn. Wow.
Which he will play for 5 minutes, discover photo mode, and spend the next 80 hours of the game playing in photo mode.
Yeah.
Now that they have the super easy mode, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Now, can you just switch to that, from your game save that you're in?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I might just do that just to be able to play through it. I have no shame. I don't care. I'm fine with super easy mode as long as I get to see the story and get the basic gameplay in. I'm cool with that. I don't need to be like, I beat Zelda. That's got to count for something. People said that was a hard game, and I beat that. Right?
Somewhere the Dark Souls fanboys are ready to lynch you alive.
Why? For what?
You're saying Zelda's a hard game.
No, I said other people said that this was like the hardest Zelda in a while. Like that's something that was said.
And to be fair, Dave's never qualified himself as a hardcore gamer, except
a former. I said a former hardcore gamer.
Right. So that's fine.
I used to have very hardcores.
Yeah.
And then you discovered alcohol.
I mean, I used to, import all my games from Japan, and I beat Mega Man 8.
That's the PlayStation one, right?
I played through. Yeah, I played it on the Saturn. I had to play through Symphony of the Night. When I first played Symphony of the Night, it was completely in Japanese.
See, that's hardcore cred. I give you hardcore cred for that.
Because I didn't have a PlayStation, I had a Saturn, so I had to import the game because they never did an American version of the game for the Saturn. Let me tell you, that was a pain in the ass.
Go to this place. Where?
It wasn't that. All the inventory was completely in Japanese. Luckily, a friend of mine made a very detailed site that had a capture card, and he took a picture of every single item in the game and made this huge website detailing everything, so I was able to see exactly what everything was that way and line it up by picture. That's hardcore. So so PS4 is hooked back up. So I'm excited about that. I'm caught up on Game of Thrones. Caught up on Defenders. I'm excited for the Tick to start up.
Yeah, that's soon, isn't it?
Actually, what's today? Yeah, in Friday.
Yeah,
new episode drops.
That's what I thought.
So the 25th, a new episode drops. So, and I guess they do it like weekly, right?
I thought it was the whole season.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know how they're doing it. So hopefully, I'd like to see them do it all at once. That'd be nice because I'd like to binge a little of that on Friday night if I can. Trying to think of anything else. The rest is just, setting the basement back up. So I'm excited to have my space back for that.
Nice.
It is.
All right. So, Kate, how about you?
I haven't done much. Work has been kind of stressful, so I haven't really been playing a lot. Yesterday was the only day I got to play anything. So I played a little DOA X3 and some Final Fantasy 12 because I wanted to try and hammer out some of it before the Dissidia game starts.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get very far, but I did a little of that. I watched Game of Thrones. I don't even think I watched anything else.
Mr. J Nice says that the Punisher show looks good, and he's excited for it as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. What else happened? Oh, tried to sign. Well, we'll see if I'm successful in signing up for the Dragon Ball beta.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
And I got. Remember a few weeks ago after the podcast we were talking about Play Arts Kai figures?
Yes.
I now have 2.
Nice.
I got Fran and Ignis. So hopefully I'll be getting a whole bunch more, but they're not cheap.
No, they are not.
But they're really nice.
They are very nice.
And that's not... Is that the ones you were talking about the other day? It wasn't the Play Arts ones. It was... there's... Kate, what's the really expensive ones?
Which really expensive ones?
Why are you doing this, Dave?
Sideshow?
You're a jerk.
Sideshow, yeah.
No, they're not Sideshow.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You're a freaking jerk. We were just having this conversation that I do not specifically call them by name, specifically so I do not go there.
Oh, that's
and buy
right.
all their stuff. Yeah, you're such a jerk, dude.
It was Sideshow Collectibles, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Sideshow
Sideshow.
Collectibles.
Yeah, they have like the really
Yeah,
Like
really
$800
nice
statues, yeah.
yeah, they have some nice stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Go buy your Lego $800 thing. That's all I got to say.
It'll be $350 off at least because that's how many points I've saved up.
I actually am safe from the Sideshow stuff because, well, not so much the Hot Toys, but that's not. They sell it at Sideshow, but it's not Sideshow specific. Because I don't like statues as much because they're not articulated.
I'm with you there.
So,
My weakness is the Kyoto ones. The Revoltech right now. That's my real bad weakness.
I'm not familiar with those. I'll have to look them up after the show.
Don't. Just don't.
Okay.
They are insanely posable action figures that this company Kyoto makes. They did these like old Evangelion figures.
See, generally when they're posable, I do not like the way they look because they have extra bulkiness.
Yeah, these are kind of the way they're jointed and everything. They tend to look pretty good. Did you see before where I posted some pictures of a Deadpool?
No.
You don't remember seeing that in the chat?
Mm-mm.
You don't pay attention to anything I write ever.
Mm-mm. Except picture of your kid because he's damn cute. Sorry.
He is kind of cute.
Yeah.
I do like him, and I'm really trying to figure out where he came from as far as my genetics go. But
my wife just says, and they're only going to make one. What a shame.
the one almost killed her, so we're good.
So I played the bejesus out of Rock Band this weekend, which will be like super surprising news to Matt.
Of course, the new season starts tomorrow.
Right, of course. But to be fair there, Matt, I was playing local multiplayer, which I don't think I can do and contribute to the thing, but I'm not sure.
Depends on... Yeah, pretty much anything you play does contribute in some way as long as you're playing the songs that are part of the challenge.
Well, I don't think we were doing that. We were playing...
Well, there isn't a current challenge, so... But the one that starts tomorrow, all of your songs are part of the challenge, so anything you play. But you get double points if you're playing in Tour or Rocky Drama mode.
Well, we were actually playing through the Rocky Drama mode, and I actually made it farther than I've ever gotten on it, and that thing is ridiculously stupid and fun.
It is. It is awesome.
I don't know why they don't do more of that, because that is hilarious. So, yeah, I had somebody in who hasn't played Rock Band since my wedding and wanted to play Rock Band, and we ended up playing for 5 hours. So it was a ton of Rock Band. I also played some VR stuff. Star Trek Online is running an event, and I'm almost done with that. And I now have all the ships that you could have, but one. So I've got one ship left, and then I will have everything in the game. I'm not joking. Everything, every major ship that you don't have to spend money on in the game. Clash Royale, been playing that, but I did pick up a new mobile game. I had actually talked about this one quite a while ago on the podcast. It was called The Knights of Pen and Paper, which is a really smart little Dungeons and Dragons kind of tongue-in-cheek. It makes fun of all the standard tropes. Well, they released a free-to-play new one, and you can spend money on it, but you actually don't need to. So, anything you need to do in the game, you can actually earn in the game, and it's not a slog to do it. So I'd highly recommend Knights of Pen and Paper 2. It's very well written, it's funny, and it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that. And then they also just released a space version, which is same tongue-in-cheek style humor, and this time they're going after space movies, horror movies, all that kind of stuff. Horror movies in space. Space westerns, it's good stuff. And then I've been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and that game is still ridiculously fun. I can't even fathom what that game will be like with a second map. There's only one map right now, and it's so huge there's no way you can learn everything on it. You kind of get to... if you keep jumping in out of the plane at the same places, you start to learn that aspect of it. But man, they're so huge. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun. We're 2 episodes from finishing The Defenders. I'm loving it so far. Caught up on Game of Thrones, and I went and I saw Dunkirk in IMAX. Oh my god, that movie is friggin' boring. Like, I know it's got phenomenal reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and with the critics on Metacritic and all that stuff, but it's slightly confusing storytelling. It's really slow in a lot of... The pacing is really weird. And, like, I would say, honestly, I don't know that I have a number to give it, but I would say wait for video. Like, seriously, it's not worth... If you're spending premium dollar to go see it in a theater, do not do that. And I was very disappointed with it. And I was really surprised, because I'm not a huge Nolan fan to begin with, but I had heard so many good things about it. I thought I would go and check it out, and I went with John, and he actually said the exact same thing. So
why would you not be a Nolan fan? I mean, this movie aside.
His stuff's okay.
He's made some really good stuff.
But for me, it's like once every 10 to 15 years. So I think he's got a lot more misses than he has hits. And for me personally, it's just my...
He's not very prolific with his filmmaking. Like, he hasn't made a ton.
No. But I mean, Batman Begins was okay. I'm not so hot on the other two. I don't know. Just my... I like the inspiration that he took for this movie, because Alamo Drafthouse basically rifled through the top 10 influencing movies that he used as reference to make this film, and I just really didn't. I don't know. You know, everybody said Harry Styles, this was his breakout role. The guy was a total douche through most of the movie, to be honest. So I don't get it.
The guy from Teen Wolf?
Is he in Teen Wolf? The guy from One Direction, Harry Styles.
Oh, I was thinking of the best friend from Teen Wolf. His name was Styles. I got that mixed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So yeah, that's the most surprising thing. And I think while we're talking about movies, because we are, we'll just jump right into the main topic of discussion this week, and that's MoviePass. So, does anybody know what MoviePass is besides me?
Ish.
Wait, it's only the main topic just because you did it.
Well, I haven't done it yet. I've signed up to do it, but I kind of wanted to talk about the premise and whether we thought it was good for the movie industry or not, and that type of thing. So, Dave, do you know?
Really don't read any of the emails we exchange during the day, do you?
What is it, like Netflix for movies or something?
Well, sort of. So basically what it has been up until this point is the idea of a subscription play to where you paid like $50 a month and you could go see X number of movies in the movie theater. Well, this week they actually dropped that price. They brought in a new CEO, and the CEO is one of the founders of Netflix. And he's like, no, you're doing this all wrong. And they dropped the price to $10 a day, and you can see one movie every day in the theater. Any theater that takes a debit card.
$10 a day?
No, $10 a month, and you can see one movie a day.
Okay, you said $10 a day, and I'm like, that's a lot.
Sorry, no, $10 a month, but you can see one movie every day, and the theater gets full price of admission for the movie, no matter how much it is. So if it's a $15 movie, they get $15.
With the caveat that it's not 3D, not IMAX.
Correct.
It's standard theater
experience. 2D theater experience.
I know somebody that they'll really lose money on with that deal.
Who's that?
My brother-in-law. He's like he's actually what I want to be. But I can't when you have a kid. He literally sees like every movie. Like he's like a movie buff. He's the kind of movie buff I used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of the point that I wanted to make is AMC actually came out as soon as they did this and said, "Oh no, we will actively seek to block MoviePass from being used at our theaters," which makes absolutely no business sense to me because they're still getting full retail price for the ticket. The only people that are losing their shirts in this deal is MoviePass, and they're doing it. They basically transformed their business model from a subscription-based service to a data play. So now they're collecting all the data about who goes, what's my demographic and what movies do I go see and when and, all that type of stuff, which I'm happy to exchange for the ability to walk into a movie theater every single day. I was just wondering,
is that information that valuable?
Well, so that's another discussion entirely, and the short answer is I don't give a flying care. Because if they're dumb enough to offer me a $10 a month subscription service that I can go put my butt in a chair and watch a movie every single day, then to be honest, there's less incentive for me to circle around the rules or to watch streaming stuff online. If I can go have the theater experience for $10 a month for 30 movies a month, I think it's great for the industry at first glance because people will go and watch movies that they may not otherwise have gone to see.
It's good for concession sales.
It's great for concession sales.
So I can't understand why movie theaters wouldn't like... If the movie theaters, like you said, if the movie theaters are getting full price for each ticket, and they're not losing out on like 3D sales or anything like that, I don't know why they'd want to block that.
In theory, it's putting more butts in seats, so that can't but be a good thing.
Or maybe they're afraid that there are cheap people who are seeing movies all the time and they're actually not going to buy concessions.
I never buy concessions.
But what does it matter when they're still getting reimbursed for the actual movie ticket,
Well, that's not where they make their money. They make their money on selling you $20 popcorn.
Oh, Justin says the problem is that you go in every day and get a ticket and you use your Regal Rewards card as an example, and even if you don't go in, you still keep getting reward points. So yeah, I could see that that might be a way to abuse it.
What?
Yeah, that does game it a little bit.
Say that again. I didn't. So you just buy a ticket and not go to the movie?
Correct.
No. Well, not even that. But even if you do go to the movie, you're artificially inflated. The rewards points there are used like usually you get something like every couple movies or something like that, and it like rotates through the things. But if you're able to see a movie every single day, you're getting free movie. You're getting movie tickets.
Yeah, that's the point that he's making is, okay, because it's anywhere a debit card is accepted, I go to, Regal Cinemas and I buy my ticket and I get points for having bought the ticket, even though I didn't buy the ticket. MoviePass bought the ticket with my subscription model. But I'm still getting the full value of the reward points, even if, like you said, it's every 2 movies. I never actually have to go watch the movie. MoviePass still gets charged for the ticket, but I don't necessarily have to even go in. So I could accrue points on my days home just saying, oh, I can't go see a movie today, but I'm still going to sign up for one through MoviePass. And the theater gets
a family of 5 going to a movie and getting concessions. We barely earn a $5 coupon on a rewards plan. So I really don't think that's a serious concern. Other theaters are much more liberal with their points.
But isn't your theater that you go to a $5 theater, to be frank?
No, it's $5 on Tuesdays, but it's regular. It's a regular theater. That's just a midweek promotion.
What's the theater chain?
Marcus. It's a Midwestern chain.
Okay, they must do, because I know like the Regal. I remember back in the day I used to have a Regal card, and I used to go to the movies a lot. And basically every, it was like on a rotating thing, but every like second or third movie, like we were getting, full popcorn, movie ticket, Like it was pretty quick. Like we would get something like almost every other time. Getting like only two tickets a pop.
Yeah, so I mean, the whole point, you know, Matt, is if you could suddenly sign up each one of your family members, that's $50 a month, right? And if all of them are registering that they're going to the theater every day, which still doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
And it wouldn't all be on one account. It would all be on 5 different individual accounts, so it's accruing even more slowly.
Well, yes, but my point is you could still accrue that way. But the theater still gets paid full price for the ticket, so who cares if there's a button seat or not? It's a seat sold that they otherwise wouldn't have. So I'm not sure I still see the real problem there. I mean, yeah, you could over time abuse it, but still the amount of abuse seems like it comes out with the theater in head because they are actually still getting paid for that spot in the theater. I don't know. It's silly, but, you know, I think it's a good thing. I don't think this will last. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it on the show. Now, I haven't gotten it yet. Oh, sorry. My dog found a squeaky toy. Marvel.
Kill that squeaky mouse.
Yeah. But yeah, the other thing that's interesting to me is, like, they have an app, and the app is supposed to find theaters around you that actually take MoviePass. And I can tell you that using the app in San Francisco and here in the East Bay, there's not a single theater that uses it. And so I can't... they said you won't really be able to use this until you get your MoviePass card, which I'm waiting to get in the mail. So as soon as I get it, I will go in and use the card to get a movie. And if this works, then I'm immediately signing Lexi up for it, and we'll go watch a movie every single, you know, weekend and stuff like that. Stuff.
Yeah, but where? You said it doesn't work at any theater around you.
No, the app doesn't, but the card is a debit card. So that's why they say it will work anywhere that a debit card, you can buy a movie ticket with a debit card. So I can actually go in with that card, pay with that card, and then I will be able to watch the movie. And I can do that once per day. So that's what I'm waiting for, is my card to arrive in the mail so that I can do this. And Justin said he can't... Oh, yeah, he couldn't use the app either. He had to go in to actually use it.
So that's probably the other catch then, is if everyone denies the ability to use the app, then you actually have to physically go to the theater to buy a ticket. That's going to stop the scamming of it for the club stuff. Except for those that are the most die-of-hards, that are going to drive to a theater just to buy a ticket and turn around and leave.
So I guess
there's a lot of people that have like theaters like on the way home or something like that, where they can, if they really want to game it, they can do that.
I got a theater 5 minutes from my house, so I'm going there all the time. You say what movie you want to see and what time, and it will load enough money on it for that transaction. The previous issue was people were getting accounts closed for going every day. Well, that was before they dropped the price, I think. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm very interested to check this out. I didn't want to sign both of us up for it in case, you know, I really got nothing out of it. But if it works to where we can see a bunch of these movies, because we'll sit there in the theater and we'll go, yes, I totally want to see that, or maybe, or we'll wait till it comes out, you know, for home release. Now we can actually go to a lot of these and not have to worry about it. So I'm very interested in checking this out once the card actually comes. Per Netflix CEO issue. What? Oh, pre-Netflix CEO. Yeah. So he's saying that those issues were before the new guys stepped in and they lowered the price. So yeah. Awesome. Now, Kate, I don't think this is available in Canada yet, but if they were to make it available, would that be something at a price point that's good for you? What do you think about the idea of the service? Do you think it sucks? Do you not care?
I honestly don't care. I wouldn't use it because I see maybe one movie a year. in the theater.
But if you could get something at $10 a month that lets you go whenever you want, do you think your viewing habits would increase, or no, you'd stay
I live
the same?
too far away from the movie theater, so...
Gotcha. Okay. Anybody else have anything further to throw on that fire?
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see where it goes. I kind of have a feeling you're right. It'll either go up in price, or it'll just die. One of those two things.
I have a feeling it's gonna die.
I can't imagine that's sustainable. Like, too many people are going to game that. I mean, not game it. There's too many people going to use it.
Unless they're just going to make a butt ton of money off of selling the metrics.
Well, that's their exit play, is to collect all these metrics and then sell the whole company and all its data for a huge mass of money.
Yeah, I can't see how just that specific type of metrics are really worth all that much money.
Yeah, movie marketing. That's a lot of money in there.
Is it that much, really? I mean...
38 billion worldwide last year.
What, the marketing in the movies?
Not marketing, but the ticket sales. I only know that because I had to look that up just a minute ago.
Yeah, ticket sales, which is now going to... Like, they're going to be fronting that bill. I'm talking about what the value is of the actual data they're collecting, if it's actually a data play.
Well, I mean, I would have to think that targeted marketing with demographic data tied to it, as well as location data, has got to be worth something.
I just don't know if it's worth what they're giving up.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'm totally gonna take advantage of it while I can.
If people see one movie a month,
right,
they're losing money.
Correct.
Depending on the market.
And that's the way Justin and I both kind of price justified this is.
Yeah,
tickets here are $15. So if I pay $10 a month and I go watch one movie a month, then I've already made my money back on my monthly subscription.
Right. There's not a theater in this country that has normal tickets less than $10. Like, I don't...
Until they put recliners in, it was.
Yeah, there are places that do have less than $10 tickets.
Wait, there's places that don't have recliners now?
There's still places that don't have recliners, yes.
There's still places that don't have stadium seating.
Hashtag first world problems.
Whoa. What do you mean they don't have stadium seating?
There are still
flat plane.
Well, it's sloped, but
barely,
it's a slope, not the step.
There's only one theater I know of that did that, and that was because it was a historic location. I used to live around the corner from where the Blob was filmed. Remember, like, the original Blob, like the theater?
Yeah.
I used to live around the corner from that theater. And every year they did, like, Blobfest and everything. And I remember I saw, like, a Scanner Darkly there of all movies. But it was awesome. It was, like, this historic theater. Like, so it had that cool thing going for it. But I think that ticket was even more than $10.
Well, yeah, you got to pay the upkeep.
You also live in a major metropolitan area, so
Right.
This was not a major metropolitan area when...
Everywhere you are is a major metropolitan area compared to most of the United States.
Not when I moved there. When I moved there, it was pretty wide open spaces. But we had the theater that the Blob came out of. That was pretty cool.
All right, let's fire up the old Twitter feed.
That's history there, folks. Come on, don't even try and crap on that one.
Twitter.com/Gamersledge if you'd like to follow along and play along at home.
The Blob is cinematic history.
It's something. Oh, what was I watching the other day? There was something I was watching that showcased the Toxic Avenger. And I was like, yes, that's right. It was the John Oliver piece. And I'm like, oh, I saw that in the theater. I know exactly what he's going to say. My wife is just like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I watch a lot of movies. That's what's wrong with me. So, yeah.
Oh, Toxie.
Oh, Toxic Avenger. Let's see if we can scroll back to last week's podcast, and we'll start there. Windows 10 is doing something funky with my scroll wheel. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I scroll down, it scrolls down and then it scrolls up. And I looked at the settings and I can't figure out what it could be. Nope, that's still this week. I think that was last week. 7 million copies for PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Yeah, that was last week. That might actually be 2 weeks ago. I might have gone too far. Vive $200 price drop? No, that is this week. So one of the first... Well, we already talked about the Horizon Zero Dawn getting the super easy mode update, so Dave can play through picture mode, basically. The Vive is getting a permanent $200 price drop, so it is now
failing.
$599. No, it's still the highest selling next to the PSVR. So not
they don't drop prices like that on anything that's doing well. I'm just telling you.
They're doing quite well. They actually are selling very well for them.
Fake news.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Final Fantasy 15 coming to PC in 2018. Everyone's kind of wondering if that was going to be the case, and that finally is true. They also did, and I don't think I included this in the thing in the newsfeed, but they did say that Prompto's VR mission thing that they showed once upon a time is not going to be released, which makes no sense to me, other than it must be absolutely horrific to play, because that's the only reason I can think of why they do that.
Or VR's failing. I can't even believe you let me say it. New Turvis Cup, by the way. It's my Hulk smash one.
Oh, so there was no picture included with this one, sadly, but I did want to highlight that we linked a article that was extremely fascinating that showed and detailed one person's tests with the PS4 PSN download system, and he attempted to identify where the bottlenecks are, because everybody says, oh, the PSN is slow and it downloads like crap. Well, he was like, well, let's figure out where that's really happening. It's a really technical read, but he basically breaks out all the different testing he did with the proxy server in the middle so that he could analyze where the calls to everything were doing. And short answer is close all applications on your PS4 and then restart the PS4 if you want the fastest download speed possible. Because putting the PS4 into rest mode does not close applications. And you may not be able to even tell that an application is open while you're on the PS4 UI. So if you want the maximum speed, close all applications that you can see and then restart the PS4. That means that nothing will be open at that point and you will get the fastest speeds. Playing a game that is not online connected drops your speeds by 4x. Playing an online game drops it by 125x, whether it's using bandwidth or not. So that it's pretty interesting read. So if you get a chance, do check that out, even if you just read the conclusions at the end. But really, really interesting stuff that I've not seen expounded upon anywhere else.
I used to just think it was because I tried downloading everything on day one.
Oh, did you guys watch
that's a factor too. I mean,
well, yeah, that is a factor. But they were saying that more often than not, it's this side that's the download problem and not their side. Did you guys watch that Shenmue 3 trailer?
yes, that was deliciously terrifying.
I did not. I did not, and you know what?
Good.
You want to know why? And you want to know why?
Because he wants to like the game.
Because I'm actually a backer of that Kickstarter.
Well, let's show you what your money is buying you, my friend. Let's show you, because this is terribly interesting. Specify
This
that-
is the terrible.
yeah.
I mean, it's a
Just
work in
wa-
progress.
Yeah, but just watch his face. Watch his face. That's all I gotta say.
Any of the faces, actually. We need to talk over this, otherwise it'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah
I'm
blah
actually-
blah blah. Talking.
There, I'll just turn the music off
Yeah, I'm actually.
because you don't need the music.
Yeah.
Did you see his face right there?
Yeah.
That's the face
No,
through the
that's
entire
the
trailer.
face.
It never changes.
It's,
He looks like Sam the Eagle had a son with a Japanese woman, and that's what we get.
I am fighting.
I am fighting. I am loving. I am strolling. His face and his eyes don't move. It's so weird.
It looks like he's on morphine.
I mean, it's cool that they're using the same like models from the Dreamcast.
No, it's not. This is a PS4.
Like,
My mouth barely moves when I talk.
I mean, the rest of this looks great. I got no problems with the scenic setting or whatever, but it looks like they're dolls with just like a wooden board for a face over them. It's so weird.
maybe that's just like
Maybe they are. That's the answer to Shenmue.
like
They're
it's been a
actually
while,
just-
so they just had to show something.
Yeah, you think?
And it's like I can't bring myself to crap on it because who's the name they just flashed on the screen?
Yep. Well, you know what, Matt? That's got to be your thing for the
I'm
for
Dave.
the thing.
My thing for the thing.
It's got to be your picture for the.
Oh, yeah, the
It's got for the podcast. Yeah, it's got to be
Sam
him with the
on
with
one
Sam.
side.
Yeah, Sam, that's exactly it. That is exactly the podcast image for tonight. Yes, fantastic. We have
Yeah,
that
I
nailed
just-
down.
I can't. I want to.
It'll probably get better. It'll be okay.
Like I see the updates. Like the other two games that I backed on Kickstarter are Toe Jam and Earl, and that Bloodstained one.
You
And,
haven't
like-
checked them out yet, right?
Yeah, they haven't come out yet, and it's just like, but like the updates I see from them, like they're fun. Like the Toe Jam and Earl guys, they're having a blast, and they're sending out good updates, and you see stuff, and there's like little videos of things. You're like, okay, this is coming along nicely. This is the Toe Jam and Earl game, completely. And like you get it and you want to see it and you want to play it, so like I'm all on board on that. The Bloodstained one I'm totally on board with, and then the damn Shenmue video came out and I was just like, they already have my money.
Can't you ask for a refund? Can't you cancel your backing?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel like
think it works that way, does it?
I'm pretty sure all that money has already been spent on coke.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Ryu looked pretty coked out. I'm not gonna lie.
It sure wasn't spent on character models.
Facial
No,
anime.
Facial animation.
You can make Andromeda's facial animations look good. You done screwed up, son.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, "Here's your sign,"
Yeah, that would have worked too.
or you might be a redneck.
Seriously?
What? Gwent, the witch. Hey, I saw that thing live, man. I actually loved that when.
Yeah,
when
the
they
late
did
'80s called.
Yep, early '90s actually. Thank you very
90s.
much.
Oh, okay. I figured we were going to go for Gallagher jokes next. Or is that what we're going to do?
I don't have a poncho, so no.
No watermelons in season either.
That's right. I think we've stunned Dave into silence the fact that we actually took his joke and continued to expound upon it.
Run it into the ground.
That's right. Gwent
Like we
is
do,
coming.
like we do it everything here.
Gwent, the Witcher card game, is coming out with its own esports series with an $800,000 cash pool of prizes, and it is getting its own single-player story mode as well. So I'm
That's
actually
Hilarious.
excited about that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I figure they have to have had good reaction and good sales for the beta, because I don't think it's even fully released yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's still in open beta.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So they must have had a good response to it. You can now sign up for Dragon Ball Fighter Z's closed beta. Did you guys see the? I know Kate, you did. But did you two see the trailer for the new androids and everything?
No.
This game, even if you are not a Dragon Ball Z like hardcore fan, this has got to be one of the most technically amazing games that I think I've ever seen in terms of recreating the source material.
I always assumed it was Dragon Ball Fighters, not Fighter Z, because there's no space between Fighter and Z.
Fighters. It's not Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Wow, hold on, let me kill the...
That Mark was wrong.
Ha!
Whatever.
Oh, Mark's never
care.
wrong.
I'm wrong all the time.
Yes,
you know me? I'm wrong all the time.
No, I know. It's like our favorite hobby.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
weird
it's the...
commercial dude.
What?
Yeah, I can't skip the ad, so...
What's...
Here's
so we
silent
get to make fun of the ad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Yeah,
Weird,
no.
not dwarf dude
It's
commercial.
what?
And the PSN store does not load like that. Ever.
No. It used to. Remember
Yeah,
when it
once
was
upon a
fast and usable?
I do.
And you
I
could
do
find
remember.
everything.
Okay, this is...
And then they were
Version
like,
1.0.
All right.
"Hey, let's make it into like the Xbox
Yeah, okay,
where you can't
so-
find anything."
So this is actually in-game footage. This is not cutscenes. This is actually the actual fighting.
It looks extremely unplayable.
Well, it's a lot of intro.
Is that like convincing yourself, Dave, or
No, I had bad experience. I played one of these Dragon Ball games before, and it was against my nephew, and he would pause it every 2 seconds to look at the move screen, and then hit me with a move, and I'm like, dude, do you have any idea how to play a fighting game? And he's like, yeah, I'm winning, and I'm like, dude, you're disrupting the flow every 5 seconds of the game, like not even, like every 2 seconds you're pausing. How was that even? Like, how do you think that's okay?
You should have beat him
because
up.
he's winning?
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
beat him up, and then when he screamed "pause," you say no and hit
Yeah.
him harder.
Just keep punching him in the face
I
over and over again.
I'm very interested to see if they have any. I mean, do you think this is the end of the roster, or do you
No.
think that
No, there's more.
I can't?
Yeah, there's going to be gray versions of everybody. Like they just showed.
I'm assuming that's from the new movies.
I'm guessing.
No, it's a story. It's a story unique to the game.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
There's probably going to be guys with big yellow hair.
well, depending, it could be blue or
Or blue hair.
oh. So they are gonna have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan
They're
versions.
DLC.
Oh.
They're DLC.
Oh, so
And
will
it's
do you think? Wait, so it's super. So the blue hair was Super Saiyan God, red hair was Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. You think we'll have those in there as well?
Just stop talking.
That's
Let's see.
hilarious.
All I want is Super Saiyan level 4 so I can turn into a monkey man.
They have that in. What's the other fighter? Budokai. No, not Budokai.
The Bukaki fighter? What?
No, Dave.
No? The
Shame on
what? Oh, sorry. That's the wrong one.
No, that's the wrong one.
I just feel bad because Dragon Ball Z is one of those ones I can never get into. Because I remember like watching it and then like I tuned back in like 20 episodes later and they were still in the middle of the same fight.
Yeah, that is true, but they're a lot better with the new series about that.
Oh, okay.
It's not nearly like that. I've always maintained for years that if you want to experience the entire arc of all the animes, just play any of the games because it will take you through that in like 4 hours compared to the 22 hours you would need to actually watch. What the heck is
That's
that?
kind of funny.
There's a woolly version of you standing next to you.
Is what?
There's another return from the ages
They-
past.
The coons have multiplied.
Woohoo!
And then he's taking things off. Yeah. So that Shenmue post was so bad that both Matt and I shared it to social media at the same time. So that's how bad it was. So Dave,
Yes.
here's the real question.
Yes.
The real question.
I
Final
did.
Fantasy 15's VR fishing game is coming out in November. Have you watched the trailer for this?
I'm afraid to because I don't want to run out and buy.
Is that some crazy fishing game?
Yes, it is amazing looking for a fishing game.
I'm totally afraid to do that because I don't want to run out and buy a PlayStation VR.
So then we are totally watching it.
I don't have the money now for that.
It
No,
looks
we're
like
totally...
no. It looks like a normal fishing game. It's the music that does it.
Except that there is spearfishing with crossbows in it.
Yes.
Heavy metal fishing!
Oh, this isn't the right one. I was talking about the other fishing game.
No, that one's coming up.
Oh, okay.
That one's coming up too. I think that's in the same feed. But I think this one was earlier in the cycle. But yeah, you can fish in VR, Dave.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy, this would actually like satisfy so many checkboxes across the board for you. It would qualify as actually playing a Final Fantasy game and be a VR game, and yeah. So
Hello, I have played a number of Final Fantasy games to completion.
So you say.
I just do it 20 years late.
But see, with that other extreme fishing game or whatever it's called, this game no one cares about now. Because that other trailer was just so insane.
Yeah, if it's not in the newsfeed, we'll go find it here in a minute. So Sony is... Another developer's come out saying that Ark Survival Evolved, the developers, came out saying that Sony will not let them do crossplay with Microsoft, with the Xbox. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking Sony has to address this. I mean, even if it's just to say, hey, this is, doesn't make business sense for us. We don't want to lose money by people not purchasing a PS4. That's a valid point. It's not like the consumer-friendly point, but still, at least they would have it out there. That's their position, rather than say they made this vague statement a while back saying, yeah, we'll look into it, and then nothing happens. That's kind of disingenuous. So I'd like to see them make a...
They did come out with the thing later that said that they couldn't control the experience if they were going to link with other providers' networks. So they gave a more baked...
Yeah, but that's half-baked. Because they cross-play with PC, and they can't control it on the PC either.
I said it was more baked. I didn't say it was fully baked.
Yeah, no, I know. I agree. I don't know. It seems really weird that they're the holdout in all this. Hopefully something will change there. You can now use PayPal on the Nintendo Switch eStore. Which, that's a very modern thing for Nintendo to do.
If you want to play all of the Game Gear... Isn't that all that's on the eStore? Is just a bunch of not Game Gear, but...
coins.
Dang it. What is it called?
Downloadable games.
Well, yeah, but they're that one specific... Dang it, I'm spacing.
Like Sonic Mania that I just downloaded?
No, stop being a
Just
smart aleck.
Stop talking now, because you can't remember what you're talking about.
No, it's Metal Slug and Metal Slug 3 and Metal Slug 4 and all of those.
SNK.
Okay, there's a lot of SNK games. I'll give them that. Every week there's like 2 SNK games and some other piece of crap that you're never going to play. Except for when Sonic Mania or Puyo Puyo comes out.
I missed this drop. I don't know if you guys saw it. Observer is the name of the game, and it's a horror cyberpunk adventure.
Yeah, they had a trailer for that at... Might have been at the PC show on E3.
Because I somehow missed it. And
it exists.
And
I'm curious.
Yeah, we can watch it. We can't watch it with sound because there's all kinds of foul language in it.
I've never known sound to enhance a game anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah. You've never known gameplay to enhance a game.
Exactly.
No.
What?
Oh my god, continue the site. Just show me. Is that a GIF or... Yeah, it's a GIF. Hold on. Come on, scroll. Good god, get me down to the trailer. Maybe? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
When the trailer is named that, you know it's gonna be quality. Oh, good. It's already moved.
You're losing me. You're losing me. You better...
Yeah, so a lot of it's dealt with, like, basically the basic premise is there is a cyber virus that eats away at people with implants, and in the future everybody has implants, and so they will, whenever a nanovirus is detected, they will put places into lockdown, and the police have ultimate authority in those cases, and you are a cyber cop who is in a building that is put on lockdown. And so you don't want to talk to these people directly, so most of the time you're talking through a little window to people to kind of interrogate them, find out if there's anything suspicious going on, if they might be the one contaminated, etc., etc. And the voice acting
Are you a human? Negative. I'm a meat
popsicle. Yes, we got that. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, it seems interesting, and I'll skip ahead in the trailer just a little bit past this.
Is it a first-person shooter?
I do not believe so. I believe it's puzzles. I believe there is no combat in it whatsoever, to my knowledge. So I believe
That's right. There's no combat in it.
It's puzzles and figuring out what's real and what's possibly implanted memories that they've given you as you work through this.
Oh, I am so on board.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because somehow this completely slipped by me.
So it's like we got to go my obscure game dig of the week. So is it kind of like Police Knots?
Ish. But with more foul language and weird people. But yeah. I haven't even checked how much it is. I just saw that it was actually out now, and immediately told a few people about it and thought it was pretty good. Now, this is the one I've been waiting to discuss with you guys, because this is either a train wreck of horrificness or probably a great idea, and I cannot tell which. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition is announced. Have you guys seen the trailer for this?
Yes.
Can't say that.
I looked at that image right there and said, "No, I'm done."
So 10 episodic content that you play through, where everyone's been chibi-ized, and I think this is an interesting way to bring the game to people who don't have consoles. I'm just not really sure that it works for the medium.
I like that Gladio is essentially just an inverted triangle.
Yeah, pretty much. And it seems to have, kind of a interesting aesthetic to it. And it's weird that they made... oh man, I'm blanking on the main character's name.
Noct?
What's...
Huh?
Yeah, Noct, thank you. It's weird that they made Noct look like a bird, because he kind of looks like a bird.
Yeah, they're doing weird things with the hair there.
And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to feel in this scene. Exactly. That's creepy to me, but sure. But if you're playing this on a phone, I could see this being interesting way to break it up. It's 10 episodes. I'm imagining not each episode isn't going to be that huge, but it looks interesting at the same time. Like it's a weird mix for like lots of different conflicting emotions for me as I watch this. It looks cutesy, but at the same time, it looks like it might have a decent core engine underneath it. Would any of you consider purchasing and playing this?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
No.
Well, I mean, you have to say no.
Is it 20 years old? Nope.
No, yeah, you have.
No, but it looks like it's 20 years old. So basically, it's Final Fantasy VII up-res graphics.
Matt's not hating at all. Not at all.
But it's a new SKU, so I can't.
Right. Got it.
Oh man, did you buy Jack and Daxter? Because we have to talk then.
Ooh, actually, did that come out?
Yeah, that dropped this week. You either got it as a pre-order bonus with Uncharted, or you can just buy it individually.
That's what I got for news. Anybody else have any other glaring news that I missed or skipped?
You can buy Jack and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy on PS4.
I did see that Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition is launching at the end of this month for PS4, and now I'm super on the fence about buying it. I don't know. We'll see.
PS Blog is having its 10th anniversary, and there's a dozen-ish games that the editors of the blog have picked, and if you put one of them, there's a code in the blog post, and you can get any of those games for 30% off. It's stuff like Firewatch and Transistor, and it's mostly that kind of indie stuff.
All the stuff that I bought.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
stuff you already bought, but it's out there if anyone could use it.
Well, this will bring us to the part of the show where we thank our patrons who support us via patreon.com/gamersledge, which you can see down here at the bottom center of the screen. So thank you, Regina, Ian, John, Arturo, Justin, and Bobby. And did I say Regina? We'll say it again just to make sure. So thank you, patrons, all for supporting us. If you'd like to support us, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/gamersledge, where for just $1 a month, you can get your name on every single show that we do. And we'll show those here at the end of the show. That's going to bring us then. Did you ever tackle those questions?
No.
Yeah,
yes.
we did.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
we did.
All right. So
Along
then
with
that.
Oh yeah, remember you said we couldn't do it, and we did it.
Yeah.
Like real fast. It was awesome.
Yeah, it just said there's no way we could get through all these questions, and you proved me wrong.
Okay. Perfect. Then that's going to bring us to final thoughts. So let's start with you, Kate. Final thoughts.
Is this like a protest vote? Like what's going on here?
I can't think of anything.
There's not a book that you'd recommend that you've read, or something going on?
I'm reading now because I'm on a new staff pick of the month thing at work, so I've had to be doing a lot of reading lately, but I can't really talk about those books.
Okay. Are they like inappropriate books, or
No,
or
it's because they're not released yet.
Oh, so you're getting pre-release stuff.
That's a cool perk.
That is a cool perk. Is there one that you can talk about that you'd recommend?
There's one coming out in September.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anyone who has a teenage daughter, check out the book Moxie.
Cool.
Moxie?
Yeah.
Who's that by?
Jennifer Matthew? Let me just double check. about a girl in an East Texas high school who starts a feminist zine in response to the sexist treatment that they receive from, the very East Texas-y pro, football is everything lifestyle because it's East Texas.
Okay.
Cool. Dave, final thoughts?
Oh, yeah, here's a good one. So, Lego's about to unveil the biggest set ever. Ever. Exactly. I think September 1st is actually when it's going to be unveiled.
Yep.
Heavy rumors it is a new Millennium Falcon with a price tag rumored to be $800.
That's a lot of Lego.
It beats the previous record for a Lego set by like over 1,600 pieces, I think. It's like
$600 worth of Lego apparently.
Right, like right there alone is huge. And I'm basically putting a rule on myself where I didn't get the old. It's called the UCS series. It's a Ultimate Collector series. If you look on the shelf over there, you can see giant X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
May I say that those do not look like they are particularly sturdy from here? It looks like they're barely on the shelf.
Oh, no, they're totally on the shelf. They have stands underneath.
Oh, okay.
You can't see the stands. The stands are on the shelf, and they're kind of like perched on the stands.
Got it.
So they're extremely cool sets. They run an average of $250 is like the average, Ultimate Collector Series set. They do I guess one a year or something like that usually. I have the Slave one. I haven't built that one yet. So they're really cool sets that they have. They did one years ago of a Millennium Falcon. That was huge. It was it was a really big set. Not the biggest set that Lego ever did, but it was a pretty sizely set. And it came out before people were really getting back into Legos, so a lot of people missed it, and the secondary market for it went up to huge amounts of money. So they're releasing allegedly a new one. They haven't officially unveiled it yet, but it's supposed to be coming out. And the previous record for biggest set was the Taj Mahal that they had, which was this ginormous set, and this beats it by over 1,700 pieces, which is a large margin. So rumored price is going to be $800, and I'm basically going to say if it doesn't have an interior, if it's just the outside of a Millennium Falcon, I might not buy it. So I'm trying to.
Who are you kidding?
Shut up.
The question is, can I get him drunk enough to buy me one?
No.
Yeah.
No. Definitely not.
I mean, the thing I have learned most about Lego between you two, going back and forth about this stuff, is thank God I don't collect Lego.
Yeah, that's why it's basically that's my only vice at this point. I don't collect anything else.
Yeah, because we sure know it's not video gaming. Hey-o!
It's true. I'm true.
Kidding.
I'm
kidding.
Although I did get a Switch.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, that's definitely drastically pulled back. Unfortunately, the Lego one is still a vice, and we got to start cutting back, to be honest.
I haven't bought a set since the Ewok Village, so yeah, I'm way behind.
But that was the Ewok Village. That's another example of a huge set. That was a $250 set.
Yeah, that was $300.
It was $3?
That was a $3.
Oh wow! I thought that was a $250. So I mean, that's a large set. That's a very
that my ISD.
Yeah. I guess the previous most expensive Star Wars set was the whatchamacallit, the
Death Star,
the Death Star, which was $500.
$500, yeah.
Which I did not buy.
I don't have either version of the Death Star. So that's
Actually, I bought a piece of the Death Star. I bought online. Somebody parted it out, and I just bought the astromech from it. They released a blue astromech with a clear head.
oh nice.
With that, so I just bought that as a standalone, thing, which was much cheaper than spending $500 on the damn whole set. Oh. So
Doggo kill. Doggo kill.
Yeah, look for that September 1st and weep for your wallet if you are a Lego collector.
Matt, final thought.
Man, after all that Lego talk, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, well this kind of goes back to the other thing, but the only source that seems to have any information is Wikipedia. But it looks like the entirety of the rest of the tick season drops on the 25th.
Oh, so it is
good.
going to be.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, if Wikipedia can be trusted, that's the only source I saw that said anything definitively. So
Cool. And my final thought is we will have a new well-rounded gamer that should be going up tonight or early tomorrow, one of the two. So check that out and give us your feedback. As always, patrons get first dibs of where we go. So if you've got ideas, let us know in the comment section of the videos, and we will definitely take that into account. And we will end the show as we do every week when I am here, which I have not been for 2 weeks, so I've been storing this up.
It's been nice.
With a sage piece of advice to get you through your week.
it's nice and fermented.
Yeah. Why do ghosts love elevators? Because they lift their spirits.
God, I hate you.
Until next week, game on.
I hate you so much.
Game on.
You just sap the will right out of us with that stuff.
Markbox turn off. Markbox turn off.